there was a question in the ActiveCampaign group about sending a segment. So basically, they have a tag and they haven't been contacted in the last 7 days. So if you jump into an account and you have the native part 1 and part 2 engagement tagging set up, if you have this, it's good. There's actually a 7-day marker of recent activity. Now, if you don't have this, I would recommend, there's another video linked below this one of how I set up these two right here, click engagement, open engagement. I'll link that below this video. I would recommend doing that instead of the native part 1 and part 2 because it just allows for more day-by-day granular markers instead of the 7/28/58 that you're locked into with this. Outside of that, so let's go to contacts and advanced search. And there's 3 ways effectively that you would be able to do this. Okay, so the editor is taking a second to load. I'm going to go in and say tag exists and say the purchase tag, whatever the tag is that you're trying to segment for. And if you had the part 1 and part 2 that ActiveCampaign has, you would say and tag does not exist recent activity, because you don't want anybody in that 7-day window, and you would search. Now, if you have what I use for the click and open tracking, and you would say last engaged, or you could do last opened, either or, is current date minus 7. So now you have, again, I'm sorry, is on or before today minus 7. So that way you've marked that it's anybody prior to today. The minus and plus are kind of weird, but if you think about today being April 20th, minus 7 is April 13th, plus 7 is April 27th. It's kind of weird the way they, word this, but that's how that works. If you didn't have either of these mechanisms in place, then you could say and do has not opened campaign. And I don't have any campaigns. This is just a developer account I use for video purposes. But if you come into your campaigns, like if you copy this test campaign and it hasn't been sent, so it won't actually do that. Oh, it does. Okay, yeah. It's test campaign -420. So you just do add condition has not opened campaign. And so it's not a perfect match because you would lose anybody that's opened an automation, but it would at least get you closer to that kind of a segment. So you would do this, however many of these you have, right? And then search. I don't have any contacts. And then I would say save as segment. And then, purchase tag not open in last 7 days. Save. So now I've created that segment. Now, where do I see that segment? If I go back to contacts, open this up and say lists, and I only have one list in here, and hit segments, but you would see them all in here. So I would say purchase tag not open in last 7. You can see any of the contacts that are in here. It's not going to show me any. But if I go to campaigns and I say new campaign, and then, test for Paula, and standard next, what I would do is select this list and then select that next. Now, again, I don't have contacts in this account, so it's not going to show anybody, but this would just be your standard campaign creation beyond here. So that's how you do it. Again, if you don't have engagement tracking set up, click a link below this. I'll send you the link, or get the link below this to that video, because it's actually a better way, in my opinion, to track that stuff. And if you have any questions or need help with this stuff, go to findlostrevenue.com, grab a spot on my calendar, and we'll chat. Have a good one. Bye now.